ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सागनरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सागना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमः। ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादे पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो मावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमा प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नामिने गौरत्विषे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोऽस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौरङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। गीतं गीताशास्त्रमिदं पुण्यं यः पठेत् पयतः पुमान् विष्णो पदमवाप्नोति भयशोकादिवर्जिता। गीताध्यायनशीलस्य प्राणायामपरस्य च नैव शान्तिः पापानि पूर्वजन्म कृतानि च मलिने मोचनां पुंसां जलस्नानं दिने दिने सकृद्गीतामृतस्नानं संसारमरणासनं। गीता सुगीता कर्तव्या किमन्ये शास्त्रविस्तरे या स्वयं पद्मनाभस्य मुखपद्माद्विनिश्रिता। भारतामृतसर्वस्वं विष्णुवक्राद्विनिश्चितम् गीता गङ्गोदकं पीत्वा पुनर्जन्म न विद्यते। सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दोग्धा गोपालनन्दना पार्थो वत्सा सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत्। एकं शास्त्रं देवकी पुत्रगीतम् एको देवो देवकी पुत्र एव एको मन्त्रस्तस्य नामानि यानि कर्माप्येकं तस्य देवस्य सेवा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna to everyone. Welcome to Krishna Chaitanya channel. It's been a long, 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 long. How many longs if you want to say? Take as many longs as you want. It's been so much, very long time since we had met, since we had discussed this beautiful Bhagavad Gita, this transcendental Bhagavad Gita, back again as to the normal stage, back again after straightly 2 months. I think so. We've stopped Bhagavad Gita again. We've started as many yatras had happened, many series happened. Prabhuji, His Grace Pranavananda Prabhu, had given us so much nice instructions for us. In the meantime, while we had not discussed Bhagavad Gita as it is, many Bhagavata Saptahas had happened. Bhagavad Gita 18 days had happened, and now recently Jaipur Yatra had been also happened. While everyone, literally many people came, even though it's a far distance away, it's from Rajasthan. Many South Indians had been came, and they had been celebrated the beautiful Radhastami celebrations there. It's a very wonderful and beautiful. Even though in the meantime we had um, been far away from Bhagavad Gita, but still we had been connected to Krishna consciousness by His Grace Pranavananda Prabhu. So let's start today. Today's Bhagavad Gita. So from that day where we had been said, we had been talked about Bhagavad Gita 1.44, which was the second. I think so. It's the third last shloka of the first chapter, and today will be the day that we will complete the first ever chapter of Bhagavad Gita and move on to more 17 more chapters to another exciting chapter which is called Sankhya Yoga. It's a very wonderful, very interesting chapter, and it's a very beautiful chapter. So in the next week we will start with that chapter also. So before that, today let's complete this chapter. Let's make this chapter a very sweet end, a very nice end. So let's start with Bhagavad Gita with sloka recitations of Bhagavad Gita. I think so. Everyone knows that we had eventually would make an type of agendas so that we can keep in touch on Bhagavad Gita. What are we doing? What types of things we are doing? So it always starts with the sloka recitation, and after that, recapitulation, what we had been happening. When after recapitulation happens, we will go with explanation of the chapters, and finally, salutation or conclusion or something. We will say. So let's start. There will be always four parts in the agenda. So we'll start with the first part of the agenda. So Bhagavad Gita 1.45 and Bhagavad Gita 1.46. Today we'll talk about Yadi Mama Pratikaram Yadi Mama Pratikaram Ashastram Shastrapanaya Ashastram Shastrapanaya Yadi Mama Pratikaram Ashastram Shastrapanaya धार्तराष्ट्रारणे हन्यो धार्तराष्ट्रारणे हन्यो तन्मे क्षेमतरं भवेत् तन्मे क्षेमतरं भवेत् धार्तराष्ट्रारणे हन्यु तन्मे क्षेमतरं भवेत्। यदि मामप्रतीकारम् अशस्त्रं शस्त्रपाणया धार्तराष्ट्रारणे हन्यु तन्मे क्षेमतरं भवेत्। सञ्जय उवाच एवं युक्त्वर्जुनः सङ्ख्ये एवं युक्त्वार्जुनः सङ्ख्ये रतोपस्था उपाविशत् रतोपस्था उपाविशत् विसृज्य सशरं चापम् विसृज्य शशरं चापम् शोकसंविघ्नमानसा शोकसंविघ्नमानसा सञ्जय उवाच एवं युक्त्वार्जुनः सङ्ख्ये रतोपस्था उपाविशत् विसृज्य शशरं चापम् शोकसंविघ्नमानसा. Better for me if the sons of Dhritarashtra, weapons in hand, were to kill me unarmed and resisting on the battlefield. Sanjaya said, Arjuna, having thus spoken on the battlefield, cast aside his bows and arrows and sat down on the chariot, his mind overwhelmed with grief. So here in Bhagavad-gītā 1.45 and 1.46, let's read the Bhakti-vedanta purport first, and after that let's see. Bhagavad-gītā 1.45 Bhakti-vedanta purport. It is the custom, according to a Kshatriya fighting principles, that an unarmed and unwilling foe should not be attacked. Arjuna, however, decided that even if attacked by the enemy in such an awkward position, he would not fight. He did not consider how much the other party was bent upon fighting. All these symptoms are due to the soft heartedness resulting from being a great devotee of the Lord. Bhagavad-gītā 1.46 Bhaktivedanta purport. While observing the situation of his army, Arjuna stood up on the chariot, but he was so afflicted with lamentation that he sat down again, setting aside his bow and arrows. Such a kind and soft hearted person in the devotional service of the Lord is fit to receive self knowledge. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports for the first chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita in the matters of observing the armies on the battlefield of Kurukṣetra. Arjuna, when we see in the last slokas, he was pleading Krishna that he doesn't want to kill anyone, he doesn't want to fight with his own kinsmen, he doesn't want to kill his own relatives, he doesn't want to really fight, really want to indulge in the Kurukshetra war. He doesn't have the spirit. Normally, Arjuna will have the spirit, but he doesn't get that spirit from. He doesn't want to, like, he gave so many reasons, so many causes that we can also say, we can also negotiate with Arjuna that, okay, Arjuna, you can leave here. You don't want to come here, you don't want to fight, okay, just don't fight. Let's stop this war. We will be like that. That much type of knowledge Arjuna had gave to us in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So, but you know who's opposing you? You know who's Arjuna is opposing? You know who's the Parthasarathi of Arjuna? who is nothing but Śrī Kṛṣṇa himself, give him how many causes? How many causes you want, even though it's eternal, even though you oppose that I don't want to fight, be hesitant to Krishna. Krishna will give you any way, any single way, and change your direction itself. That much powerful, that much knowledge Krishna has, that much renunciation Krishna has. You can see from the Shadaishwaryas of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one of them is knowledge, jnana. He has that much knowledge that he can even change the change the directions of the sages who has more knowledge, who has so much knowledge than us. He will illusionate him like in a such manner through the representation of nature. He will illusionate even the sages. Who are us then? Who are we then? We will always face these kinds of things. We aren't that much knowledgeable. We don't have that much knowledge. And in the just a matter of time, we will um uh, like we will forget things. Now, right now, we are talking about Bhagavad-gītā 1.45 and 1.46. Week after, we don't know what happens. So that's where recapitulation will come. But for the sages, no, it can't. Even though from centuries before they know what happened, they'll they'll know what happens, and for them they have so much knowledge. For that type of sages also, he will illusionate them. He will put them in such a loop that 2 plus 2 equals to 5. It's such like that. So that's why Krishna is full of knowledge like that. But so here, Arjuna, here Prabhupada is saying that according to the Kshatriya fighting principles, an unarming or unwilling foe, an attacker who doesn't want to fight, or an unarmed who doesn't have any sword or an armor, so, or even anything, any gadgets, any accessories to fight against the foes, to fight against the opposition. If they don't have it, then according to the Kshatriya fighting principles, he shouldn't fight against him. In these years, you can see many massacres are happening. You can see one of the examples itself, the Jallianwala Bagh massacre. The same way violence had been happened there from a protest, a way of protest the independent people are doing there then at the time. In just a closed corridors, the Britishers had made an open fire. They don't have any types of armor. They don't have any guns at that time. For them, for the people who are striving for independence at that time, and mostly they are not eventually making big protests. They are making everything peace. But Britishers, what did they do? They had been open fired against them. With that, many people left their lives, and one of the examples of them is like that. So, coming back to the topic, the person, even though he's in a such a very awkward position, you shouldn't fight against him until he has a sword, until he has an armor. Then only you can fight against him. But Kauravas here, you can see Kauravas had trained in this war. They had been made that many strategies. They were trained like they have to win this war. They were motivated, they were trained. You can see in the start of Bhagavad-gītā itself. They were motivated in such type that they wanted to win this war. And for such thing, he does not consider how much the other party was bent upon fighting. Prabhupada says, but still, Arjuna says, I don't want to fight this war. I don't want to give. And he just gives so many reasons for supporting that factor. All these symptoms are due to soft-heartedness. Arjuna was a devotee. He was a very kind-hearted, soft-hearted devotee. He was a very great devotee of Krishna. So that's why he is negotiating, saying, no, I don't want to fight this war of Krishna. All these symptoms are due to soft-heartedness, resulting from his being a great devotee of Lord Śrī Kṛṣṇa. So, he was, at the starting of the war, he was so confident that single-handedly he can kill the whole Kauravas army. He's at the peak of the confidence at that time, with his bow and arrows. But that this same reason, when he is in the middle of two armies, he got decreased. This is due to his soft-heartedness. This is due to his overwhelmness. This is due to his grief. His mind was overwhelmed with grief. This is one of the very, very important gunas, important qualities of a devotee. Soft-heartedness, a quality of a devotee. Any situation, like in this society, everyone thinks that soft-heartedness isn't very nice because that leads to dominance on anyone else. Anyone else means anyone will come upon us and they'll dominate. It's not like that. Soft-heartedness, being always soft, being always kind. Soft-heartedness means not the type that you don't do when violence happens, you don't oppose it. It's not like that. Soft-heartedness means kind-heartedness, being always kind. Even though they'll throw something on you, do something on you. You have to always give a savage reply. Always a kind, always an intelligent reply to always make them think. Always being kind-hearted. Always being intelligent for them. Always think for a second and always talk. Think before you talk. Think before you say. Those types of qualities are the resembles the main devotee, the main qualities of a devotee, the main nature of the devotee. That's what soft-heartedness say. That's what kind-heartedness say. So with this, we had been completed the first chapter of Bhagavad-gītā. Such a very, very beautiful chapter, starting from Arjuna. This is, and the second chapter will be the continuation of the first chapter, you can see. Sanjaya at the hall of Dhritarashtra, and now in this position, afterwards, after that, when he said this shloka, Dhritarashtra felt very happy. Dhritarashtra was felt very, very happy that now Arjuna, he had been saying no, he has such a very bows and arrows. Yes, we know, but he said no. Hi, Kushi, fine, let's go. We have took the whole imperial empire and now my sons are at the greatest positions. But later finds that Dhritarashtra, that he was being motivated by Krishna. He was being motivated by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You have to expect the unexpected. when Krishna is opposite to you, that's for real. So, thank you for your support and everyone watching these many days. I think so, 25 to 26 days we had been said this Bhagavad Gita classes. And this, first of all, thank you. I thank to all the acharyas, all the people who have strived for Bhagavad Gita, for the teachings of Bhagavad Gita, and all the devotees who hear. I am just the only person, I am like a communication channel. That's it. I just repeat the things what the great acharyas say. Just like a communication channel, just like a TV. Inside the TV, everything will be happening, and outside they will be enjoying. I am just the middle person of it, just showing it to you. That's it. Just repeating the words the Acharya say. I'm not even like that also. Leave the communication channel. I'm just repeating the words, what the Acharyas are saying. That's it. And with this, from the next week, we'll start the second chapter, Sankhya Yoga. And from then, Krishna will start speaking. The Parthasarathi will start speaking. And Arjuna will start listening to the beautiful teachings of Bhagavad Gita. So, with that, we have been completed today's class today with 46 shlokas, the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So, let's end with the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai, Śrīmad Bhagavad-gītā ki jai, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव भक्त वृंद की जय. जय जय श्री राधे श्याम. हरे कृष्णा.